Hello, I am Heather Almorjo. We're at the halfway point. Dun, 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 dun. It is 50 days since I began this journey towards the crowdfunding launch of Na'a FoodScapes. And I had no idea how much work was going to be involved with launching a crowdfunding campaign and a social enterprise in 100 days. Does not seem like enough right now. It seems completely overwhelming. But we're going ahead with it. We're going to keep trucking along. So I often get asked, what is Na'a FoodScapes going to do? What is this company? The primary focus is going to be landscape redesign of sustainable ecosystems, Indigenous earth stewardship, and hiring marginalized people like Indigenous earth workers, like people who are recovering from mental health, addiction, poverty issues, and barriers to gainful employment. So these are the people who need the jobs the most and get them the least. And that's who we want working in our earthworks, in our design teams. This is what our company is about. So last night, I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning. I could not sleep. I was drawing, and every time I'd lay down and try and go back to sleep, I would start drawing again. So I'm going to show you one of the things that we finished. So I'll give you a bit of information on it first. In Calgary, there are 400 plus places of worship, a variety of denominations, from Christian sects, Muslim, Catholic, Hindu, Buddhism, pagan temples, but there is not one single place of worship which is exclusively designated to First Nations and Indigenous spirituality. Wow. That's ass backwards, if you ask me. So my motivation last night to draw came from wanting these sacred medicine gardens to go into places like United Church gardens spaces. Some of them have big green spaces, and they were one of the first people to apologize for their involvement in the residential schools. And I feel like this would be a really empowering truth and reconciliation statement. Children's schools, of course, family and friendship centers. The Siksika Nation has multiple locations throughout the city that are built for supporting their people. And I feel like this would be a beautiful addition to any of those places. So what we would do is, you can see that there's a circle with a pillar that builds up. I imagine this to be hemp concrete because that is a more sustainable material and harder. In the center would be something that would look like an abalone shell, but it would be built out of a hemp concrete. And then there's 4 pathways to walk up from each direction, and the 4 sacred medicine. So at the north we have sweetgrass, west sage, south is cedar, and east is tobacco. Now tobacco is a controlled substance here in Canada. So even something like wild coyote tobacco, which is a native plant to Canada here and used to grow wild in various places, this is a controlled substance. You can't even grow it for medicinal purposes for your sacred medicines. So I imagine having the opportunity to present one of the many designs or a booklet of options of the various sacred medicine gardens I've designed. All of these gardens will be shown to an elder before they get put into the design booklet. If a company is interested, or a school or institution is interested in installing one of these into their property, we would choose one based on their needs, and we would have Indigenous earth workers who would smudge the land before they put a spade in the ground so that we can help connect to Earth in a new, beautiful way. And then creating a space like this, which is open, inclusive, beautiful, sustainable, and made of natural plants that grow in this area anyway. So that's one of the many, many, many designs I wish I could show you of various gardens and concepts that I'm working on. So I'm going to get back to work. Thanks for watching.